Hello, I just wanted to record this video because partly because I can, because I'm crawling in traffic at the moment, and secondly because I've just been listening to a podcast, and if you're not learning new stuff all the time, you're going to be stagnating. And so one of the ways that we've certainly encouraged all our clients to grow is to keep looking for continuous education, keep looking for new ideas. There are so many brilliant ways of getting ideas from one industry and applying them in another one. And that's often where you can get real competitive advantage. But this particular, there was one part of this particular podcast that was talking about experimentation and being really comfortable with the idea of failing. And you know what? So many times in businesses these days, there's a real fear of failing. And just like if you're not continually learning, you will stagnate. If you're not taking risks, and that will include and involve some failure, then you're going to be left behind. The world will be passing you by. Now, this, of course, is not a manifesto to say, go out and fail, but it's finding a way where you can experiment, try new things without too much time and without too much money being spent to establish whether a new idea can work, whether it's a new product that you could take out to a market, whether it's a way of winning new business, whether it's a more efficient way of delivering whatever it is that you're doing. Find a way of experimenting and trying new things. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be good enough that you can see how it can be improved, and you know that there can be traction there. So one example that they gave was about Google, for example. Now, obviously, Google itself is very famous, especially in Google X, the division, which is all about the moonshots, as they call it. They are famous, really, for taking big risks and spending a lot of time and being prepared to risk failure. Now, they've had major successes because of that approach, of course, but what they were saying in this podcast is that what we never hear about is that apparently they buy or acquire or get hold of up to about 600 businesses every year, right? And what they do is they get those businesses ideas and they see if they can make them work. And if they don't, they kill it. So they fail fast. They get involved and they get results really quickly, or establish that it will fail really quickly. And if it's going to fail, then they either close it down or they merge it into something else. But the point is that if you want the big successes in their world, that's of course international success. But if they want a big success, they want to have the real celebrated stories. You've got to increase the number of experiments you do. You've got to be increasing the number of activities that you do, and understanding that some, maybe most of those are going to fail. So minimize the risk of financial risk and time risk. Fail fast, but get out there and do something. Don't just sit and try to make it perfect. If you do that, you know you're going to progress really, really slowly, or not at all. So that's the mentor moment for today, inspired by a podcast listening to what Google do and what the really successful companies do, is get out there, try new stuff, experiment, be prepared to fail and learn from those failures. And the more experiments you do, the more likely it is that you're going to find the one or the two or the three things that are going to make the world of difference to your business growth. I look forward to speaking to you in another mentor moment in the future. For now, I'll see you later.